on Iwtv News.
State of the Union, college.
I think this is our new normal, yes.
What's your rush? Sing along with John. The Goodbye Girl, The Will of Alicia.
Coach is just so much more than wins and losses.
Meet the Mouse, cheer team headed to the Natty.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody back for the spring semester. Pandemic continues, but we continue to battle it as we move forward. Have a great semester and glad to have you on our campus. Go Reavers.
Thank you, Dr. Kinney. Hello and welcome to our latest edition of Iwtv News. I'm JJ Davis. 2022. Can you believe it? Well, time flies when you're in the midst of a pandemic. And what is the word from the president? Well, yours truly went straight to the top to find out. The pandemic, like the weather, constantly changing the landscape at Iowa Western. Reaver country not immune, but it continues to persevere.
I think what we're doing in regards to moving our students forward and be able to give them the live face-to-face classes that they wanted has been amazing. We're in uncharted times again, and we thought we'd kind of come out of it. Our COVID numbers were going down. You saw the new variant come and we went up. Guess what? I think that's going to be our livelihood forever. We're well above. We had a slight decrease last semester. It looks like we're having an increase this semester in our enrollment, but we're well above the national average, which a lot of institutions are still having double-digit % decreases in enrollment. We're not there. We currently have a strategic plan that really goes out for another year, well, really 2 more years, but since we've written that, look what's happened. We've got new leadership in the institution, not only at the presidential level, but a number of vice presidents come up, a number of deans. We've added a lot of new staff, but I think the big one was the pandemic. More and more students are having to work, I think more now than they did 5, 10 years ago, or really pre-pandemic. So, adjusting our schedules, looking at that, working with our students in how they get to their major goal.
How important is in-person classes?
Vital. I couldn't do it. And I've worked with students through this process, and you look at them and you see their GPA prior to COVID, and you kind of see when COVID hits, and then when we're completely face-to-face. Unfortunately, their grades started dropping. Now that we've come out, we're back to face-to-face this year, you see those same students, I can follow them, and you see it increasing. What I've seen as we face this, and especially with our faculty and our staff here at Iowa Western Community Colleges, they're all on board, and that's what's neat. The ultimate goal is student first, and I really see that at the institution. So I want to create additional committees and councils that will really help us guide us into the future. We've got to hear what people are saying, and I think that's important. Faculty Senate, I meet with them at least a couple times a semester. Definitely cabinet, we meet all the time, our board of directors, but getting out and talking to people, there's some great ideas out there that we've got to take and say, oh wow, let's move forward with it.
Onward and upward in Reaver country, from the man at the top, a president who understands the phrase, it takes a village. The village that is Iowa Western. Say it ain't so. That's right. She's on the go. But next up, sing along with John in the Student Center. It takes all kinds when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This guy's here every year, and every year it seems he gives people their 15 minutes of fame. The rush is on for all-everything musician John Rush. The veteran parks his guitar in the Student Center for some food, fun, and, well, here's IWTV student Austin Greenland.
He's no stranger to Iowa Western. John Rush, the human Spotify, is back on campus. So get your food, find a seat, and pick your song.
It's really fun to hear what people come up with and to do songs. I get to do them with them, and a lot of times I do songs I would never try myself.
Older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze.
Many people take the spotlight in the 2-hour event, but some Reavers manage to get into it a little bit more than others.
Averaging 200 shows a year, still, it's easy to say. The galley be poppin' when John Rush comes to town. For IWTV News, I'm Austin Greenland.
Keeping things indoors. They were in the dark in the Wellness Center. You don't believe me? But that didn't stop all the fun. Well, try to see for yourself. Feeling blue? Life? The future? Kind of in the dark?
If anyone's out here trying to play some laser tag.
We'll light them up with some laser tag.
We are hoping for around 100. We had this event last semester and it was a big hit.
It's an even bigger hit for those that ran around and were
Laughing a lot. I got tagged a lot. Did not win. Honestly, laser tag is really fun. I get to see a lot of students come through.
Students came out lasers ablazing from 6 to 9 p.m. Laser tag at the Wellness Center. And the tagline? Fun. We started this segment in the Student Center, so we end it in the Student Center. Yeah, why not? Join the club. It's a school of many colors, so spin the wheel and step right up. Pick a club, any club. It's the annual club fair at Iowa Western.
I came in and I saw Science Club and the Black Student Union, and I was like, wow, those really interest me.
Definitely for the craft one. I'm so excited to figure out how to knit or possibly do some paintings. I'm not very crafty, but hopefully this will amplify my skills.
I went up to them, I gave them my name, and I'm looking forward to joining them.
So spin the wheel and join the club. All's fair in the Reaver Room, and there's always room for more. Cheerio, off to the Natty. The cheer team makes its annual trek to Mickey Mouse Land. Next up, one of the best says goodbye to Reaver Country after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
No surprise here, especially after this past season and going back-to-back. National Volleyball Coach of the Year, Alicia Williams, is headed to the land of the Braves and, of course, the Missouri Valley Conference. Now, what's Coach Williams' legacy? Well, let's let her tell it. Her teams were set for the kill 9 seasons in a row. And right there in the middle of it all, Alicia Williams. After 335 wins, including the last 2 national championships, the 33-year-old wife and mother of 2 is bumping up to Bradley University.
I've always thought that we'd stay at Iowa Western, long term, and this is where our families are, and this is home to us, and so it would have taken a lot for us to leave. Bradley University, just quite frankly, could offer those things for us. They are incredibly genuine people. I had a year and a half of experience under my belt when Iowa Western took a chance on me. And when I say take a chance, I mean they took a chance on someone that was basically still a kid.
I'm gonna be your friend when I need to be your friend. I'm gonna be your enemy when I need to be your enemy, and your mom when I need to be your mom.
In the beginning stages, all I cared about was winning. I just wanted to win, and maintain the legacy that Iowa Western had of winning. I think it was about 3 or 4 years in when I just realized, man, coaching is just so much better and more rewarding outside of wins and losses.
Be inconsistent and expect someone to think that you're a good team. Does that make sense? So you need to play the same way that you played last night.
Winning is fun, but just the relationships and understanding how you impact a student athlete and how you impact them 3-4 years outside of coming to Iowa Western, it's so much more. The care and the time that you put in, the effort that you put into the athlete as a person with an identity, and what why they're here and why they're doing the things that they do, those things are creating far more wins than where we're supposed to be on the court at what time and what play we're supposed to run. Once I found that out, I felt like my teams really took a step towards becoming elite because we became understanding of the game too. We just didn't, it wasn't just talent and let's see if we can get lucky with our talent. You know, and then doing it back to back just seems so earned and special. And so I think, you know, those are some of the highlights for sure, but I also look at some of the highlights of just helping a person that came in as a kid and walked out as an adult.
It'll never be a dull moment.
And so I hope when I walk out of the door that people can remember me as someone that was competitive as all get out.
Hey, middles, you're gonna have a heyday in quick transition if you can get it.
But also just cared deeply about them as a student athlete and just taking pride in what being an Iowa Western Reaver is. I love Iowa Western, and I will be junior college advocate for the rest of my life. I think it just changes lives, transforms lives, and it definitely transformed mine.
I don't have much to say. I thought that they turned it up just a little bit.
Now it's time to huddle up at a new school.
She covers the ball.
Now she came in as a rookie and leaves as a veteran.
Put it down and make it.
She began as a wife and finishes as a mom. The journey continues for Alicia Williams, a journey in time well spent at Iowa Western. And of course, the show must go on, and it does, as the men's basketball team tips off a new year on its new court. The Reavers take a shot at some Hawks. The 7th-ranked Reavers attack the basket and Northeast. Malik Brooks and one. On the fly, Jaden Flournoy. Now the scoreboard dances from 23-15 to 33-16 home team. Dwayne Bass right through the heart. Now Iowa Western only 5 trays. Thomas Faber, 2 of them. Big Blue shoots over 51% from the field. Here's why. Roland McCoy, close range. Flying the flag, up 50-34 at the break. Brooks floats in with a team-high 15 points. All 5 starters in double figures. The old pick and roll. Daenerys Dempsey with 10.
Right now, rebound, make whatever they are pushing.
Second-year head coach Chad Van Riesen and company stay the course. Sean Black just burns in with 13 points. Vass and his left hand, 14. All Reavers over the Hawks, 91-67.
They kind of played with us initially for the opening 6 or 7 minutes, but then we really got into a stretch where we were scoring in transition after getting stops. A huge part of our success is our team chemistry. We have a group of guys who, can all have big nights, but at the same point in time, they're willing to sacrifice for us to be successful.
My chemistry is much more, better than last year. We definitely got talent like last year, but I feel like day to day, we just hang with each other, get to know each other off the court.
The chemistry is so high, it's like you could pass the ball knowing like you'll get the ball back. It's like you just look out for him in the moment because you know he's going to get you back.
Go down on both feet, make your reads. Yeah. As much as they've accomplished, we still have a lot to accomplish here second semester, and it's just about having the right approach like they've had, establishing those habits, and winning every day.
It is an everyday process, but if the Reavers continue to give and take, then there's a lot more for the taking. Meanwhile, the women take a 3-game winning streak into Gainesville Arena a couple of weeks later. Now, this 4-guard offense, whatever, continuing to wreak havoc. Iowa Western comes running out against Iowa Lakes. It's over in the first half. Mary Delgado comes off the bench, makes it look easy with 10 points. Inside, then outside, just pulls up and sticks it. Start the victory dance. The Reavers 24-9 after one quarter. Returner Ruba Abu Hashash takes over in the second. The sophomore from Sweden knocks it down. Ruba, one of her home team's 11 steals, lays in 10 points as well. And Lindsay Vanderhoof and company up 44-20 at the break. Second half, more the same. Alicia Jones off the screen, pours in a game-high 15. Hannah Berg from the corner. And Big Blue just picks off the Lakers 83-50.
I know a lot of people look at it, 33-point win and think that it's good enough, but we're hungry, we're focused, and we're driven to take this all the way, for playoffs. We've actually found our rhythm is when we're getting all those defensive stops in our transition game. They love it, and we're really good in our transition offense. Now what happens is just trying to get us into that continuity of our new motion offense.
Iowa Western then travels to Kirkwood, and the Eagles shoot down the Reavers 57-44. Big Blue then travels to Iowa Lakes, sinks the Lakers again 82-67. Then it was the men's turn, and talk about a seesaw struggle. The visitors here jump out to a quick lead. Roland McCoy and Big Blue take it right back. And check this out, fellas. Jaden Flournoy with the quick hands. And then the finish on the other end? No! 5'10" Sean Black to the rescue. The Lakers race into the half with a 34-32 lead. Nair Dempsey and the Reavers drive in with a 57-49 lead with 5.5 to go. Malik Brooks inbounds, but the Lakes shoots back. Ryan Hall to game-high 19. Suddenly it's 57-56, but Sean Black takes aim with 13 points, 65-58 Big Blue, under 2 to play. Once again, Coach Van Riesen and the home team sees the Lakers fight back, number 2 again, and it's 66-65 visitors. Iowa Western down 2 with 6 seconds left. Iowa Lakes stuns the Reavers 67-65.
We had control of the game late, had an 8-point lead, and then, was trying to take some time off the clock, and unfortunately the ball kind of got away from us. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Right now we got to, get back on track with winning some of these close games that we did, first semester. Again, we're literally 3 or 4 plays from winning our last 2 games. So we're right there.
Iowa Western then drops the next 2 at Kirkwood by 3 and by 11 at Iowa Lakes. Big Blue has lost 4 straight. And finally, 2.5 minutes to glory. The cheer team tumbles in with some final preps for the Natty. On the other side.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Drop that baby.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I cross my fingers for this bunch every year because I see him and hear him with my office being just around the corner. The Iowa Western cheer team kicks off the new year with the biggie, Nationals, down in Mickey Mouse land. And what's that saying? There's no substitute for hard work. And this bunch of Reavers knows that phrase all too well. The mats have been pulled, carried, and rolled out over 100 times. Next up for the Iowa Western cheer team, the Universal Cheerleading Association Collegiate National Championships, Saturday, January 15th at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
We are in the open co-ed division, competing against other junior community colleges.
18 Reavers, 10 men and 8 women, visualizing their 2.5-minute routine for the World Championship University competition the next day as well. It's a choreographed showpiece, specializing in a unique age range and experience.
So excited. We've got one that's 16, that's a dual enrollment, and then we've got some that are 22 that are going to be moving on next year. We have some that come from co-ed high school teams that have competed co-ed before, and then we have some that have never been on a co-ed team before and never experienced a big competition such as college nationals.
I would say the cheers are the hardest part of the routine, just trying to make people feel what we feel on the mat, like outside the mat. And get that like warm, fuzzy feeling that they're a part of us and we're all in this together.
The heart, definitely the heart. I would say the heart of the team. What I mean that is we all have a love for each other on mat, and no matter what, there's nothing that comes between that.
I'd say our strength would definitely be like our camaraderie and our ability to set aside our differences and kind of seal that floor and just be one when we're out there. Straight up and boom, over the top.
In the end, is it about the winning or is it about the learning and growing and maturing?
100% about the learning and growing. If that wasn't a part of it and we just won, I think it takes all the meaning away from it. If these kids can go out there, give it their all, hit their routine, which hit 0, we will be so proud of them.
And so, rehearsals just about over. The Reaver co-ed cheer team ready to roll into nationals. And Big Blue pushing for yet another Natty title, carrying on the tradition of winning at Iowa Western. And the results are in. The Iowa Western cheer team finishes 3rd. Way to go, gang. Now, where do you think we'd finish? Well, truth be told, I don't even think we'd make the podium. But there's always the next show. And so for this latest edition of IWTV News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.